A warm welcome to Anuradha Vedic Astrology. Today we are going to talk about retrograde planets. Retrograde planets always make an interesting study. Why? Because they are different from the normal planets, moving at the normal speed. It so seems, and I repeat, it so seems because it never so happens, but it actually seems as if a planet is going backwards when we talk about retrograde planets. So obviously their behavior would be different. Let's talk about the cutest and probably the smallest of all planets, Mercury. Mercury is said to be the planet of communication. It is said to be the Kumara, or it is the youngest one, so to speak, in the planetary system. So what is it that this planet of communication in any form, in form of emails, in form of speech, in form of learning, how does that behave in a different manner when it's retrograde in the chart? When this Mercury is retrograde and as it depicts learning, it may so happen that the person would have to do things on a repeated basis. Don't forget, retrograde means repeat. So, retrograde, and hence this retrograde Mercury can give us a habit of repeating something more than once. Such a person would be wanting to repeat whatever they have learnt more than once so that they learn it perfectly. They can be good at revisions, RE again. Now, Mercury is also said to be a planet of communication. And when we talk about speaking, when we talk about writing, these people who have a retrograde Mercury may find it difficult to express themselves at one go. This retrograde Mercury can be giving them a thought process or an idea which is very fast as compared to what they are saying. So there can be possible breaks into their speech, or they could be repeating what they are saying for the convenience of others. Also, Mercury represents writing. So this communication can happen in a multiple ways and in multiple times also. As I told you earlier on, Mercury represents the Kumara or the young child, and young children have a lot of exuberance. They have an energy that is very catching, and for this retrograde Mercury, which comes with a past life association also, it could mean that your energy has to reach out to others and it has to affect others in a positive manner by way of speech, by way of help, because Mercury as the third lord of the natural zodiac also means a lot of, not just speech, it also means a lot of ability to help others and be friendly to everybody. So this Mercury, which is friendly to others, can help evaluate and others their qualities that they have and can motivate people to a great extent. They can help others in their way of life to discover themselves also. Now let's talk about, as I have told you that it has a past connect. So how would that Mercury for the person show the past connect? Wherever this retrograde Mercury is sitting in your chart or somebody else's chart whose chart you are looking into, you need to see which house it is sitting in and what are the planets associated with it. It will so happen and you will see that life unknowingly, unconsciously takes you in that direction of the houses that it owns, the house that it is placed in. I know somebody who is a Libra Lagna and has his retrograde Mercury placed in the 10th house in Cancer. Mercury here is the lord of the 9th house and Mercury also here is the lord of the 12th house. Such a person has always been motivating people to do a good job. Don't forget, it's the 9th ruler. Such a person observes things, keeps quiet and only gives his view when it is asked. Again, Mercury keeping quiet, not communicating all the time as a normal Mercury is capable of doing. Such a person did not want to go abroad, but went abroad. Mercury is also the lord of the 12th house, sitting in the 10th house, a person finding job abroad. So this is what you can make out when you are talking about a retrograde Mercury. I'll take an example chart also for you to see from a well-known person. One well-known Olympian from India is Abhinav Bindra, the first person to get gold home. In his chart, we find that Mercury again is the lord of the 3rd and the 12th house, and as a lord of the 3rd and the 12th house, placed in retrograde, exalted in the 3rd house with the 4th lord and the 2nd lord, that is Venus, Sun, and also the 7th and the 8th lord Saturn. Now one thing that needs a reminder here, if Mercury is retrograde and exalted, it doesn't have the power that an exalted Mercury alone would have. So we know that he did not continue for a long period of time. But what about other things? Mercury denotes hands. Where did his karma take him? To a place where he used his skills that he had about using rifle shooting and everything else to gain what? The 12th house of name and fame. Does he motivate others? Does he help others? Yes. He's opened an institute where he helps those children who are not capable of paying their own way for their training. Does he communicate enough? Well, you would know that better because of so many players who are on social media. It's hard to find anything written about Abhinav Bindra, saying that communication is not probably a very important part of what he wants to put forward in life. Every retrograde planet has so much to say and it has a connect with our past. So if you want to know more about your past with respect to your retrograde planet, don't forget to write to us, to connect to us with our upcoming course on past life astrology. Till we meet with you again, stay tuned. Thank you.
बेल आइकन को दबाएं ताकि आपको वीडियोस की अपडेट मिलती रहे। हमारे वीडियोस को लाइक करें, शेयर करें, उन पर कमेंट करें और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना न भूलें।